The Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov just said that Russia wants guarantees from America that sanctions on Russia will not damage their ongoing cooperation with Iran. So this is yet more evidence that our dependence on Russia to negotiate with Iran is actually weakening our position and undermining President Biden's promise to turn Putin into an international pariah. The Biden administration may literally write protections for Russia from sanctions into the new Iran deal. And if they don't write it in, they may give it to them behind closed doors or in a secret side deal. And Russia is obviously trying to set up a sanctions evasion hub in Iran. They want to open the Iranian market for Russian weapons in particular. And one of the many absurdities of the old Iran deal that people forget is that we rely on Russia. We have to pay Russia to take Iran's enriched uranium. They took a bunch of Iran's highly enriched uranium, up to 20%, and it actually never returned once sanctions came back, and no one ever asked what happened or how they got paid for it. Didn't seem pertinent at the time. And now reportedly, under the terms of the new Iran deal, though we don't know, but this is what's been reported, Iran would ship some of its enriched uranium stockpile to Russia. Russia would get paid to store it, and Russia would agree to return it all to Iran if the U.S. ever imposes sanctions for terrorism or missiles, non-nuclear sanctions. So if Iran says we think the United States is violating the deal, then they might be allowed to spring back to a high level of nuclear activity with Russia's help. So think how crazy that arrangement would be. We would be handing Putin the pistol to hold us hostage. And gosh, I wonder if he has an incentive to pull the trigger, both because he wants to undermine our sanctions against him and because he wants to sell weapons to Iran. Therefore, by entering into a new Iran deal, the Biden administration will be paying Putin to arm the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism, as well as undermining our entire effort to punish Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. So what should Congress do? Hopefully in a bipartisan fashion. Well, two things. One, we need to demand that the Biden administration comply with existing law. There's a law called INARA, the Iran Nuclear Agreement Review Act. They're required to submit any new agreement with Iran to Congress for review and for a vote. They need to comply with that or they will be in violation of the law. It's not even a close call. And secondly, we need to work to cancel any waivers or exceptions that allow Russia to make money in Iran. One lesson of Ukraine is that when murderous dictators have nukes, bad things happen. So at a minimum, let's make sure that two murderous regimes don't profit simultaneously off their nuclear weapons program.